Finally tonight, a story about the positive backlash that followed a very bad day in Paris. If the terrorists who attacked the offices of that French magazine were attempting to silence it, their efforts have been an abject failure. The magazine normally prints about 60,000 copies a week. It's instead going to do a print run of 1 million copies for next week's edition, thanks to one large donation helping to pay for it. It's part of a huge outpouring of support and grief for the victims all over the world. That story tonight from NBC's Peter Alexander.
Across the globe today, ordinary people drew their weapons. Instead of bullets, the only lead they lifted at the tip of a pencil. These images, the most powerful proof free speech won't bow to terrorism. From the streets of Paris, no fear it reads, to this vigil in Sydney, where Australians sang the French national anthem. At the Washington Post,
it felt like an attack on me and my work.
Pulitzer Prize-winning political cartoonist Tom Tolles' first reaction to the Paris shooting was shock, then anger, and finally action. The finished product? But the pen will endure, he writes.
I wanted to take the tools I use and speak immediately to that and as forcefully as I could.
Like any good image, most of today's cartoons didn't need a caption. This from Lucille Clerk, where a broken pencil becomes two, James McLeod of the Evansville Courier and Press, Darren Bell of the Washington Post Writers Group. The rallying cry, Je suis Charlie, I am Charlie, from French artist Jean Julien to a British magazine, The Rocking Vicar. The message indelible on social media too. The Philadelphia Inquirer's Signe Wilkinson.
Cartoons don't kill people. Humorless fanatics kill people.
On late-night TV, Jon Stewart's humor took a pause.
I know very few people go into comedy, as an act of courage. But those guys at Hebdo had it, and they were killed for their cartoons.
The pen is mightier than the sword was first written more than a century ago, but those words have renewed meaning today. Peter Alexander, NBC News,